Charles Krauthammer on what this election means for President Obama's legacy.
He said, I will take it as a personal insult if you don't turn out and support me and have our side win. Well, he was personally insulted. Historians are going to see him as a textbook definition of a guy who won on hope and change, who won with a wave of goodwill, and who completely destroyed his presidency with liberal overreach.
Wow. If true, that's a repudiation.
You know,
8 years, Julie.
I don't think it's a repudiation of 8 years. First of all, let's not forget, she did win the popular vote by a sizable margin, probably close to 1 million votes and counting. But the one thing I do have to say is, you know, Charles does have a point to some extent, and I've been saying this since the election. You know, it would behoove my party, and I did this over the weekend, to sit and really think about why it is that Donald Trump won. A lot of those same voters, and Rachel can attest, in your home state, some of those same in Wisconsin, some of those same voters that Obama had won. And I think it's the same reason that Obama did run on hope and change. They expected hope and change. Their pocketbook issues continue to fester. They continue to pay more for Obamacare, despite people like me saying it's great that everybody has more access to health care now. They still have more being taken out of their checkbook every day for health care costs. They still don't see that this economic recovery is affecting them directly. So they continue to vote for hope and change. They continue to vote for somebody who's going to commit to them the same thing Obama committed to them, that their financial issues are going to get better. And I hope that Donald Trump comes through with it.
I mean, don't take my word for it, or even Krauthammer. Here's President Obama almost 2 months ago to the day, September 17th, when he said this in Washington.
I will consider it a personal insult, an insult to my legacy, if this community lets down its guard and fails to activate itself in this election. You want to give me a good send-off? Go vote!
And they did.
And they did. And this is a repudiation on his legacy. I mean, this was a legacy built on, it was a sandcastle. It was built on executive orders. It was built on a failed health care plan. As you said, people seeing their deductibles going up. Listen, I think what we see now with the stock market shooting through the roof, this is America turning the page on Obama's socialist policies. They are happy to have a businessman in the executive office. And I think that's why you're seeing what's happening.
What he would argue is that the reason why he had so many executive orders because he had a Congress that would not work with him. You could also argue quite clearly that you're the commander-in-chief, you're the leader, go to them and find common ground.
Well, look, he passed Obamacare. I will tell you, in Wisconsin, Obamacare's failure, the rates going up, the deductibles going through the roof, that is what won the election for Senator Johnson and ultimately for Donald Trump. I absolutely think Obamacare was his signature legacy. It failed, and it cost them this election.